working on trailer loading today. This is something that a lot of people suffer from. This is a really difficult thing for a lot of people to get their horse on the trailer. Today, we're working with a Friesian that last time they trailer loaded this horse, it took them 7 hours to get them on the trailer. So they really didn't think when they called me out that I was going to be able to get the horse on in any timely fashion. So they wanted to block off a ton of time. Now, as you can see how long this video is, it only took us about 45 minutes to get the horse on. And I wanted to make a video that showcased the entire session. Now, if there were any cuts or edits into this video, it was all because of the fact that maybe something was said, something came up, but it had nothing to do with cutting out a part of what the horse was giving or anything that you guys needed to see. So as we shoot over to the trailer loading here in just a minute, I want you to notice a couple of things. Number one, we had to kind of put the horse in an area on their property that was more a safe environment. So you'll notice that we kind of have a couple of people out trying to block off areas that the horse could possibly run. Remember, this horse is freshly halter broke and comfortable in that area at least, but we needed to make sure that if the horse panicked and tried to get away, that you're going to notice fencing around it. You're also going to notice another truck kind of in the way from any gaps or openings. So that way, if the horse panicked and tried to run, there was really not anywhere for it to go. So that being said, let's cut over to the video right now. So the very first thing that we're going to start working on is just kind of building a little bit of rapport with her, because obviously, you know, she doesn't have very many handling skills, right? So she's got to start to build a little bit of rapport with me, create a little bit of attention. So we're just going to do that and trying to get her to relax a little bit through a little bit of treat training, just to kind of get her to feel a little bit more comfortable, pay attention to me. Good. Now her focus is going to be a little bit more on me versus her buddy. Just going to move a little bit. Her buddy says, I would much rather you pay much more attention to me. So now we're going to start teaching her just a little bit. Teaching her how to come forward off of pressure, feeling good. Good start. That's fine. Good girl. Stretch. Come here. Good. Good. So once we start kind of getting her to build a little bit of rapport, we're starting to just get her to listen to a few things from, you know, some basic cues of saying go forward, step off of the pressure a little bit. Good. That's all I really care about. And the biggest thing is to try to keep her nice and relaxed. Look at her, she's already anticipating. That's a good girl. Good girl. So I like that that's actually really great that she's thinking ahead, thinking about what we're going to be doing next. Good girl. Now the downside is going to be her buddy, because once she starts getting on the trailer or thinking about the trailer, her buddy's going to be saying, that's a bad decision. Good girl. Seeing how one step and her buddy says that's a bad decision. Don't let them take you. Good girl. That's better. Okay, so now we're already starting to get the cue of stepping forward. The cue of stepping forward, we're going to go ahead and start to encourage curiosity. And this is where we're going to spend a lot of time. So the biggest thing with encouraging curiosity is going to be focused forward on the trailer, which I'm going to be standing at to begin with. Focus forward in this direction. Relax. So the treats are kind of a 2-for-1. They are to try to help her relax, or to reward, but they're also to relax as well, because a lot of horses, they hold their tension in their jaw. Good. And so what we're doing is using, there we go, there's curiosity. Good. So she's curious. Let's help her lose the tension. Good. Let's be a little curious this way. As soon as she's curious, I keep putting a little bit of pressure on just to help her understand curiosity. So what I'm doing is I put pressure, slight pressure, to make movement. Now, right here, she's saying she's not wanting to give more. So I'm just going to, there we go, put pressure on until I get curiosity. When I get curiosity, I'm going to reward and relax. Now, it's important when I give the reward, I'm always kind of putting it with her head down. So it kind of gives her the opportunity to stretch a little bit. Good, curiosity. Right there, good. Good. Now don't come on top of me there, love. Okay, now her wanting to be curious about the trailer with me to the side is a great thing. Great start. Good girl. Then we're just going to move her away. And we're going to work on just saying, back up a little bit. Good girl. Good, relax. Put a little bit of pressure on. Work on the curiosity. So here we have a bit of a panic situation, and we want to make sure that we don't up or increase that pressure for that very reason. Her buddy says, that was a good decision, try that again. It might work. Good girl. But remember, right now, this is all about curiosity. So I honestly don't care whether or not the horse even comes towards the trailer. What I care about is curiosity. So basically, I don't fully stop until we get curiosity forward, but understand, watch the change in how much pressure I put in to each moment, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Good girl. She watched Black Stallion too many times, Black Beauty. She says, I know that I'm just like that one. Now, if they go to rear, like she is, the biggest piece of advice there for that is to not try. She's doing a great thing with when she's rearing. She's trying to lean on the pressure, and it's all about angles and when to put pressure back on to keep her from actually leaving. So when she does this, I put a little pressure, I let go, and then I basically, as she's coming back down, I go ahead and put pressure back on her and get her kind of off balance. Like here, she's got nothing to lean on, so where are you rearing to? So due to some PTSD of the trailer, we have a horse that has been in this situation. There we go. There for a half a moment, looked at the trailer. And when I say half a moment, I literally mean a split second. And so all my job right now is encourage curiosity. I do not care about her getting on right now. If I need to, I'll relocate as well. Next, we just need to make it a cue so we can have this horse become a trick pony. Good. So curious about forward in the trailer. That's fine, even if it's over there. There's curiosity. Good. Good girl. I'm going to give her just a 5-second break unless she decides to leave again. Good. So what I really wanted her to see was through that fight that she just gave us, I wanted her to see that essentially pressure never went away until she decided to be curious. And just to start looking forward. There it is. That a girl. Good girl. Good girl. Side note, this was the trailer she got in before?
Yes.
And she, did she turn around in it?
No.
Did you lock her in?
No.
No. Okay, so she didn't turn around though when she got in. Did she turn around to get out?
No.
You-
Backed off.
You're a big mama. So this is good. So now we have curiosity creeping forward. Did you end up rushing her on or leading her on?
She rushed on.
Okay. So nobody was in the trailer?
No.
Okay.
There's 8 people outside pushing her.
Yeah, understood. I'm just trying to get the general gist. So I like that. So that was a really great start. Let's give her a 30-second break. Okay, so we're going to go again. And the idea is that every time, there we go, things start over, I want her to start to get the idea to not do what she's thinking about right now, but to come forward and be curious. There we go. Great job. We're going to give a treat for that. Great. Good. Be curious. Treats come. Good girl. So that's a good start to learning it. Go back again. 5-second break. Good girl. Okay. Now we just start to build. I want her to realize that essentially, it's not bad that she just did that because essentially now she's saying, wait a minute, does this option work? I want her to realize the only option that'll get away from pressure and a treat. I want her to think about it. The only thing I want her to realize is getting away from pressure and a treat is going to be being curious. So actually the sheer fact that she's giving me a little bit of an issue now is actually far better than when we get further up in there. So I'm actually happy that if she's going to give me the issue, I'm hoping that it's now. Nice try. I've dealt with a lot worse than you. So the key is, when they get like this, is not necessarily to try and get higher energy yourself, but to keep the pressure going. Because that's all that they really don't want, is they don't want the pressure. And so as long as you keep the pressure going, when you release the pressure, when they're curious, it's called true gas power right there. Pressure. Nope. Right. Think about it. Nope. Now that she's rearing, we're going to see if we can stop the rear and bring out a different trait. And how we're going to bring out a different trait is by the amount of pressure I put on her now. Carrie, if you need to, just come over here. Just come over here.
Feels like it's got a little close on the camera.
So, idea and principle remain the same. Become curious. Pressure goes away. Unfortunately, just the concept and idea of 7 hours dealing with this before, it's going to take just a little bit of a not helping you by doing that. There we go. There's a little bit of curiosity. Though it wasn't in the perfect direction, we're going to take it. We need a point to try to show her. There we go. There's curiosity again. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. The value of pause is going to be our greatest asset, more than anything else. So we're going to make sure that when we pause, notice, I don't know if you can hear and stuff, but you can hear like her breathing is really starting to get a lot more rapid right now. So she's actually releasing a lot of tension. I can feel sweat starting to happen. So that release of tension is really great. She actually wasn't breathing that hard out there when she was being bad. But now that she's kind of up here and relaxing, she's actually starting to let all that tension go. That's fantastic. It's actually a really great thing. Good girl. So I really want to teach her, before we even ask her to commit to anything, I want to teach her how to come forward and not fight that fight that she keeps trying. So I'm going to actually, I noticed a thing or two here that me changing my angle up for her seemed to be a positive thing. Give me a little bit of effort. Nope. Good girl. Okay, now you don't have to commit. Not yet, anyway. Good girl. Good girl. Happy with that. Good girl. I'm going to give you a little bit more because I'm really happy. Good girl. You're trying. All right. Now we're getting close to the part where she's going to think about commitment. And when she does think about commitment, we have a couple of things to be aware of. Because it's a stock trailer, when she puts her foot in there, it's going to potentially make a bit more noise, and it could kind of scare her. If it scares her, she could easily jump back out, so we need to be careful and cautious about that. And as she jumps back out, not to create a bigger problem than in her mind than already is. And the thing is, with this, when she starts committing to going forward, aside from the first couple of steps, she'll probably end up committing to the entire act. She may get up there with 2 feet and stand, but I have a feeling that once she gets comfortable with stepping up towards it, she might just fully commit. Good girl. Good girl. I like the fact that she's now trying with that whole forward. So I want her to start to draw up to it. Nope. Nope. Atta girl. I like there, she hit it with her knee. It's her first time really actually making some semblance of a noise with it. I'm going to make noise myself. So we always usually like to start with a ramp, but if we don't have that choice, a lot of times the sheer fact of like a stock trailer or a step-up trailer, first time they hit it, it can panic them. Good. So there's the first step. Oh, okay. I love that commitment. That try. Good girl. Oh, that was right there. I was asking her to back up. She wanted to commit to looking forward at the trailer. So this is a little bit of targeting with R positive. We're always about a balance. So like, yes, good girl. I want her to feel that if she targets the trailer, she gets a reward for it. And if she tries a little bit more, I didn't feel like that was good enough. I'll put a little bit more pressure on. It's okay. Figured there was one more little resistance to come. She's going to try the old trick she thinks works. So she's just going to try this series one more time, or is she going to think about it again, coming forward? So she's lost interest in forward. You can literally see her eye, not even looking at the trailer anymore. There it is. Good girl. Good girl. So that, she's starting to target well. She's going to have to start to commit well. So commitment comes next. Nope. So when I ask for just a little bit more, there's a chance she says no thank you. But she says it in her big-bodied Frisian way. Nope. Coming towards me isn't going to be your option. Good girl. So what I'm asking for is another level of commitment than what she's given so far. And because of that, she says, that's too much, too fast. That's fine, but, so you see how like when she rears, I give her her head back? So when she rears, it's easy for her to basically pull us off balance. So when she goes up, give her her head. I'm going to give a little bit more pressure. Ask a little bit harder because she's getting a little dull. There we go. When she goes up like that, she knows that she can kind of pull off balance. I want more effort. Thank you. So right there, though she technically hasn't moved much farther, I don't know if you could tell, but there was the effort of thought to actually go forward in the trailer. Good girl. Right there, and can you hear the breathing again? That's a huge sign of release, sweat patterns all coming down here. That was good. We got to that release a lot faster this time. So I'm really happy with that. Good girl. I want that extra value of commitment. Well, she done cleaned up the grain on her own. Now, because she's going to be coming into training, once she does hop on, we're not going to necessarily get her off and on. We're going to close her in. Is he around? Oh, he's there. Okay.
Just got out of her eye line because she was looking at me.
Yeah, that's fine. You're fine. I'm just saying, once she does fully commit, I'll let you know when to close. Yep. And we're just going to close it nice and easy. And the goal is here, like, we'll have more time to kind of help her when she gets to understand a lot of the cues of how to go forward and all that stuff. We don't need to make, like, the situation get higher, excuse me, energy. So the commitment's going to be a little harder because of the size of the step. Even though she's a big girl, you know, it is already at her knees, so just asking her to commit to that one little extra step for some get to be kind of a struggle. Nope. Good girl. Good. So what was really nice right there was on her own, she got panicked, but she knew about the draw that we've been working on for the last 20 minutes here. And so that draw drew her right back up here to the trailer. Now she's kind of swinging her butt into me, which is not a huge fan of, obviously. And I'm kind of squashed between the truck and the trailer here, so I don't have a lot of room to play. Nope. Step over there. She's trying for a little bit more, but she says that taking that extra step is just too scary for her. So I'm still continuing to build that confidence up. And it also seems to take where she's planting her feet, her front feet, she's just not going to give the commitment until she's kind of already has some forward momentum. Oh, here comes the rear again. You only hear me get a little bit harder on the whip when you see her kind of lock up like here and just literally stop trying. But you try to see that instant change of the amount of pressure I put on once she starts to make a decision. And the decision doesn't have to be right for me to let the pressure down. I know. You got to start to make that extra commitment. And I think once she actually gets that front end up, she'll commit to the whole thing. Not gonna lie, it's a little harder trying to swing the stick, not hitting the truck. So she's getting to a place where she's gonna start shutting down soon and saying no thank you. Completely. I'm going to try to encourage her a little bit more before that actually happens. Forward there, sweet pea. So this is sometimes common, where they get just shut down. And hopefully this is the last time we have to help her. I'm going to start to take away the treats just for this action. And I'm going to start to only add the treats if she tries to put her foot up. Giving her just another, well, now she lost her 30 seconds. You got to give me more. Come on, sweet pea. Give me a little bit more than that. into it. So I am putting just a little bit more pressure on now because I'm asking her to give me a little more try than she is. She's got to a point where now she felt comfortable coming forward towards it, stopping. She scared herself a little bit on the step up. Now she's got to try just a little harder. You're almost there. Thank you. Nope. She's got such a broad ass, I don't even know if she feels it. Like I said, I'm not going to give treats anymore, but I gave a little bit of reward from just stopping and standing. I'd like for that right foot to actually commit to trying. Well, that was half-ass of a try if I ever saw one. All right, let's commit to that one of these feet now. There we go. Thank you. You get a treat for that. What I really like about that one was that when she did commit, she didn't panic. She did come back off. So when she goes up, she's most likely going to lead with that left front. She struggles to seem to figure out how to lift that right front up. So I want to try to set her up for success, that she can commit with that left front leg. I want to try that again. She is trying, like she's trying to figure out what to do here. So here is just kind of trying to continue to encourage and reward. I feel like I'm teaching the horse to get up into the back of a pickup truck. Come on. I got a little bit more aggressive there to try to encourage that. Yes, good girl. That's really great right there. So she finally did that right front leg. Didn't panic, but she hasn't put on the weight yet onto her foot, but she didn't panic and she went right back up towards it. Good. That actually made me have a sigh of relief. Put that extra effort in. There you go. Now put weight on it. Beautiful. And commitment is coming. Good girl. Don't get scared at the water running down between your feet. Good girl. You can see it in her face. She said, was this all you wanted? Why the hell didn't you ask the first damn time? Okay, good girl. Do you want to commit or not? So here I'm just going to let her make some decisions. Bubba, can you go up to the front there, buddy? And grab the halter or grab the line when she gently. All right, go ahead and close. There you go. Well, there you have it, the trailer loading in its entirety. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, I hope you guys check out these other videos that might interest you. See you next time, guys.